All right, greetings and salutations to everybody out there in YouTube land. I'm your host once again, Dan Thornton. Hey, I want to thank you for joining us here today. Lions Talk Live, afternoon show edition. And I couldn't get this to you guys earlier. I was stuck working, etc. Had to get some actual real life work stuff done. But I did want to get it over to you because you know what? When you're turning things around, everybody's got an opinion. Usually I would just chalk this up to media stuff because you know what? The media, they do have to have something to talk about, especially when it's slower during the NFL work week, Tuesday through, say, I guess Thursday when Thursday night football hits. But Tom Brady is somebody that holds a little bit more weight. And could he potentially be right? If you don't know what I'm talking about, Tom Brady last week had a few shots he took at the Detroit Lions and then kind of followed up on those shots earlier today. Tom Brady, when talking about the Minnesota Vikings, I'm going to read the quote here. To be honest, Detroit Lions show exactly why they still can't be taken seriously when it matters. Tom Brady said live on air, they can talk all they want about progress and fight, but when the game is on the line, they still fold. And before anyone blames officiating or, quote, bad breaks, let's be real. Winners find a way. Detroit finds excuses. The Vikings didn't just beat them, they exposed them. End quote from Tom Brady. The comments dripping with bias immediately set social media ablaze, but no one reacted more forcefully than current Detroit Lions head coach Dan Campbell, who broke his silence with a chilling 5-word alarming direct response to Brady. Now, again, that's last week when the Lions lost to the Minnesota Vikings. Brady today doubled down on it and just said basically the Lions are great. And I'm going to paraphrase this one because I didn't have time to get the main quote clipped up for us. But Tom Brady said the Lions can beat anybody who's not good. Brady went on to basically say that, hey, the Lions, they've got a lot of great pieces. They've done some good things, turning the franchise around. He, though, doesn't think they're one of the top 4 to 6 teams in the NFL. Again, he re-referenced the fact that, in his opinion, he can't trust McDC. He can't trust the coaching staff. He took a few kind of shots at Goff, calling him a good, serviceable quarterback, just not one that can really consistently lead teams into the playoffs, get victories into the Super Bowl. Even kind of referenced why he was traded away from the Rams. Talked about McVay and all the things that have happened with LA since Stafford left Detroit to go there. Brady continued his war path, I guess you could say, and just said, until the Lions get to the Super Bowl and win it, it's just all fluff. It's just all this, that, and the other thing. They're a good team. They've got some nice pieces. But again, Brady referenced that once again, until they win consistently and big games leading into this weekend's game against Philadelphia, he said he's not going to believe in them. And when he offers his power rankings, he just doesn't have the faith in Goff, McDC, the Detroit Lions team, to push them up. What are your thoughts if you're hearing this and viewing this? Does Brady have any right to offer these thoughts? Now, he's going to know more about quarterbacking and winning Super Bowls than anybody else. I'm not going to try to say I know more than Tom Brady. What I'm going to say is I don't think he's completely spot on. I do think Goff has taken one team to a Super Bowl, 2 different teams, the NFC title game. I think he's fully capable of winning. And I get you're going to have your own opinion whether you're pro-Goff, anti-Goff. I do think if Josh Reynolds holds on to that 4th down pass in the NFC title game, you know what? The Lions go to the Super Bowl. If there isn't a freak bounce off the face mask of the defender reception that takes the 49ers down to the goal line, you know what? Lions go to the Super Bowl. I'll also say if the Lions didn't have 50 billion people starting on defense out for injuries last year, you know what? They probably would have had a good shot at the Super Bowl. Although, to be fair, Goff did not have a great game. This year, I think overall as a totality has gone about as expected from most in the national media, most across the Lions fan base. I understand Brady's comments about the Minnesota Vikings that, yes, we lost in an upset. Yes, we probably shouldn't have lost to the Vikings. And maybe that's what he means by saying, hey, you can't take the Lions serious. They lose too many of these type of games. That being said, I look around the NFL this year and the Green Bay Packers, who Brady does seem to be a fan of, sure do lose a lot of those type of games. In fact, they've lost a couple recently. The Buffalo Bills, you look what happened to them down in Miami. Are they really a Super Bowl contender if they can lose to the hapless Miami Dolphins who sold everybody off? I guess that's another point of debate for the team. When it comes to the Baltimore Ravens, I get Lamar Jackson is an incredibly gifted quarterback, but what has he done in the playoffs? Patrick Mahomes, who Brady does talk about, and why the Kansas City Chiefs are always a threat. He mentions him, mentions the coach, the coaching there, Andy Reid, and also mentions they built that kind of trust. When push comes to shove, they have a history of proving their point that they can win the games. Brady's afraid to have his own opinion. I'm interested to hear what your opinion is. Is Tom Brady right that the Lions need to prove themselves? Is Tom Brady right that the rest of this year we can't have another Minnesota-type game where we just didn't show up and maybe the special teams failed, maybe the offense wasn't right? Is Dan Campbell still a question mark when it comes to a head coach at the NFL level? I guess it's all a bit of a debate, and until Lions get the Super Bowl and win it, somebody can throw stones at us and offer those comments. All right, let's get to the Do Crew real quick, and then I've got to get out of here and get on to work. Doug, someone always has an issue with us, it seems. I would agree. JDC, afternoon all, and back at you. Papa Noel, man, talking about somebody I haven't seen in a hot second. I used to like Brady, used to. All right, I get that. Jess, round 2 today, coach. Hey, never stop working, right? JDC, Brady, go chase the win. Maybe that's what he's doing now in his professional career. Just let the haters keep giving us fuel. Ooh, I like that idea. Fuel up the fire because of it. Steve Rogers, I see Gruden wants to remove Thursday night games. Coach, what are your thoughts about that? I did see this one or listen to it, I guess, when I was driving around showing a house earlier today or doing a broadcast from it. And I get it. You really don't, at the NFL level, these guys don't have time to heal their bodies. There's no time to prep for those games. Let's say you play Sunday, especially if it's like Sunday night. Those guys are going home, getting treatment or whatever, showing up Monday. That's normally a day off and rest of recuperation for both the coaching staff and the players. Not so much now. Now you have to start prepping because if there's a Thursday night game, you got Monday and Tuesday to prep. Wednesday's a walkthrough before especially if it's the road team, you got to head on out. Yeah, I get it, but it's not going anywhere. The NFL makes too much money on it. John Dales, is there a press conference today? I don't believe so. I think there was one yesterday. There'll be another one tomorrow. Sosimo, Skip Brady. I'll go with that. Kalamazoo Strong. What's good, coach and Duke Root? Not too much. How about you, JK? Let them all talk all the ish they want. There you go. Bo, now hear this exclamation point with a woo, and back at you, Robert. Great salutations, Duke Root. Anyway, here like Tom Brady, question mark. I'll just add this to the list. Why I don't. All right, fair enough. Dave, Brady had a chance to come here. I do remember that. I remember Kevin Hart even calling him out and saying, hey, you want to prove how great you are? Move on from Tampa Bay, go to Detroit. Brady went kind of silent about that. Now someone else fixed it and he ain't happy. That could be. Yeah, for sure. JDC, Bo Booth, I heard that. Woo! All the way here. Exclamation point. Paul, Tom, Paul. Robert, but when Detroit does lift that trophy, then the haters will really come out. Man, you weren't wrong there. JK, the GOAT said, meh. I'll go with that. Well, I can feel it. JDC, Paul, Tom Brady just wishes he was Jared Goff currently. That could be accurate. He sees Goff as himself, probably a lot of similarities between the two, and jealous what used to be. That might be, yeah, that does happen. Definitely as we all get older in life, we see somebody who reminds us of ourselves doing something we used to love. I get your point there. Giovanni Lyons the second. Woo! Tom making enemies. That might be accurate with a woo. And then there you go. So just tuning in and glad to see you. Bo, I wonder what Tom Brady has to say about Eli Manning. That apparently he can't beat Eli Manning. Lauren, he already said he loved to play for Detroit. Well, let's see if he's changing his mind. Broski, why TB12 picking on the Lions? That's a fair question. JK, what do you got? Wow, quite a burn. I'm going with that. James, hey, Dan, don't let him get under your skin. Not at all, man. It's just, I get it, man. Part of his job or career now is to produce content in the media. Egon, so he's also saying the Bucks and Ravens aren't good. Probably accurate. Henry, woo, we know better. Golf is our man. I like the way you're thinking. Giovanni Lyons, Kevin Hart told Brady to go to Detroit. Yes, he did back in the day. He declined, proved the GOAT ain't the GOAT. You might be accurate. And so if Jared Goff wins the Lombardi, wins the Super Bowl, is he the greatest quarterback ever because he won it with the Detroit Lions? JC, once again, Brady, go chase the win. Brent, Brady's shaking Goff. There we go. Bo, maybe TB doesn't like all the comparisons Jared Goff is getting to him. That could be accurate. Henry Moore, this could be Tinder for the fire. Might be. Let's go Lions. Woo! Back at you, Henry. Christopher, and Brady is a cheater. Might be. Broski Ben, Brady on the other level with this perspective, he won't consider anything until you win. That might be. Aaron, Brady is right about golf. Lionel, Deflategate, anyone? Question mark. Drew, maybe a few things we need to clean up, but nothing like he's describing it. Correct with that. I agree with you with an exclamation point, of course. JDC, Brady's peeved because he got deflated. That might be. Footballs, there you go. Gerald, we got another chip on the shoulders to win the Super Bowl, 100%. And we win against Philly, that will take us to a whole nother level. Michael, Tom Brady has deflated his opinion, exclamation point, laughing out loud. Bo, Lions do need to prove it by winning the Super Bowl. And when we do, I wonder what Tom Brady will be saying. We'll have to wait for that and find out. Egon, he's still the GOAT and it's not a debate. Fair enough. Chris, he's not wrong. Joe, Green Bay looks like a pretender. They are losing games they should be winning. Looks like Love can't win in the cold weather. To your point, I know somebody pointed out in the morning show this week, I know they barely beat Arizona and a few other teams. Yeah, I mean, their record could just as easily be 2-7. Aaron, he knows more about quarterbacking, but the running game is gone when the Lions Super Bowl. I think the running game will get us there. Service Heart, Tom Brady doesn't know Detroit Lions from within, doesn't live it like us, but I can't understand his point of view. Until you win, shut up. The only thing is, Lions didn't go around talking. It's media. 100% there. Brosi says, GOAT stuff. Michael, hey, coach, sorry, just got here. Thank you for all you do. Exclamation point. Oh, yeah, no worries, my friend. I enjoy it. Old school brawler, mess over Tom Brady. He couldn't even satisfy his woman. All right. James, go back to work, brother. Happy trails. I'll be there soon. Miles Margaret, UJO. How about that? Stephen Brady talking Lions on fire. All right. Joe's, remember Brady played for the Patriots. They were accused of cheating during their dynasty, and their owner allegedly was getting a massage by people, not his wife, in my opinion. Yeah, I know there are a lot of accusations about it. I don't dive too much on that stuff. All right, guys, I got to get out of here, get back ready for work, all that kind of stuff. If there is more breaking news today, I'll get it over to you as soon as possible. If you would be so kind, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit all the buttons. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Do something kind for somebody you don't know. Be a good human being. See you all in the next Lions Talk Live. Take care all.